all rise.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Counsel, Assistant Counsel, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning. Welcome back to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Without further ado, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair for our next item on our today's agenda. Madam Chair, over to you.
Auzu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I'll call on Honorable Silla to lead us in Muslim prayers and lead counsel Mr. Patrick Gomez to lead us in Christian prayers.
Thank you, Madam. Auzu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim. Khairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Warisan wasi'an mubarakan wa ummun taylun wasi'atul badani. Allahumma aftah qulubana bil ilmi. A'udhu billahi min sharri nisa'i wa min sharri sayatin wa sultanin lahu. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana wa hab lana min ladunka rahmatan innaka antal wahhab. Birahmatika Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin al-fatih lima ughliqa wal khatim lima sabaqa. Nazil al-haqqi bil haqqi wal hadi ila siratikal mustaqim. وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره عظيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
Mr. Gomez?
Name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord God, we pray for guidance and protection. We pray that you will continuously guide our families and protect our families. We pray that the country, our Gambia, will be blessed continuously, that we will always favor the collective good against the individual interest. We pray that you will guide the work of the Commission, that we will always arrive at a just and fair decision. We pray that we will be able to have what we eat and what we will drink for our survival, our daily subsistence. We thank you for the life we have lived. We thank you for continuously guiding us to live, to witness another day. This and many more prayers we pray through you, Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with you and the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. You may kindly take your seat.
Good morning.
Morning. Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you once again that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Ba.
Good morning, ma'am.
You are welcome back.
Thank you.
Council, can we proceed?
Mr. Ba, good morning.
Good morning, lead counsel.
Today is a continuation of from where we've stopped yesterday. So I was just drawing your attention to the internal audit reports and some of the findings. Do you recall this? Do you recall this?
What is it, please?
I said I was.
Yes, yesterday
Yeah,
where
we were discussing
stopped.
the internal audit findings
Right.
and some of the key things in the various internal audit reports spanning various several years. So let me draw your attention again to the audit report for the period 1st January to 31st December 2021, the memo from the internal audit team to the Lord Mayor's office. The date is 14th of March 2022, and it is in relation to the records in relation to the ward secretaries and their monthly collections and records. Now, in that report, I had discussed with you the various departments and how much they were collecting. For instance, we have Kololi. The ward secretary was at some point Binta Jabang. Do you know Binta Jabang? Kololi ward?
Not personally, but yeah.
You confirmed that she was the ward secretary at some point, correct?
Yeah, unless and until I verify from the administration.
Yes, so we know from the internal audit report that there were number of ticket sales which amount to $873,550. That the total deposits was $412,000, and there was an underpayment, a variance of $461,550. So this is the amount that was underpaid. So do you know whether council is aware of this? And if yes, what actions were taken to recover these amounts?
Well, I believe council, the administration was aware.
You believe?
Yes, under the leadership of the then project manager Bakari Singate.
Yes.
Yes.
And was
Yes.
this to your knowledge at the level of council?
Yes.
What was done?
I believe there was an action taken. The then project manager was sanctioned to make sure that and the administration to take appropriate actions in order to recover.
These monies.
Yes.
Was there an appropriate measure taken subsequently?
Yes, as far as I could recall, those monies were recovered.
They were recovered. All of these monies were recovered.
Yes.
Are you sure about that, Mr. Ba?
Yeah, according to the then project manager.
So how would we lay our hands on the document to indicate the recoveries of all these monies?
Yes, I will endeavor to.
You'll endeavor to do that.
Yes.
You have minutes of council meetings discussing the way forward in relation to these findings?
Yeah, it should be.
There should be council minutes for this.
That should be.
So we will ask that you provide the council minutes. Now, what we have in the audit report is that the total shortages was 461,550 for Kololi, and the balance that was yet to be recovered is $460,705. For Kotu, the underpayment was $70,750. The total shortages is $17,137, and the balance to be settled altogether is $53,613. Bakote, the total balance to be settled is $106,890. We have Bundu, $37,820. Trending South, $54,475. Trending North, $825, and the list goes on. So please, the information you will submit will help the Commission in relation to arriving at the jurisdiction in relation to whether these monies were recovered or not. We also have the internal audit report. The date is 19th of April 2022, addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, and copied is the Deputy Director of Finance. Have you seen that one too?
May I have a look, please? No, lead counsel.
You have not. May I please see that? So this is in relation to the inspection of invoices that were issued from time to time, and the period that it covers. I'm going by the report. It says January 1st to 31st of December 2021. It says we write to make submission of the internal audit report for the above stated period. The audit has collected the invoice register and the invoice books issued for the period January to December 2021, that's a year, and have verified the books of trade license amounts, cost recovery amounts, and the total invoice amounts. So for instance, it says below are the total invoices served by the license unit collectors and their amounts for the period. You have invoices served by the collectors for the period January to December 2021. A total number of invoice books issued according to the register is 165 books. The total number of books received or verified by the audit is 127. There were still 38 books outstanding, which will total about $76,488,321.97. And then the total balance that is not collected is about $2,101,570.69 for this 1 year period. What do you know, if any, that council had done in relation to try to find out where this balance or outstanding balance is?
Well, I couldn't recall.
You cannot?
I couldn't recall that.
You can't recall. Will you be able to provide us with information?
Well, until I check with the records.
You can. Then write them down as well.
Can you please come again so I can note properly?
The invoice, the 2021 invoice register was audited for the entire year, January to December. And according to the analysis, 165 books were issued, 127 were audited and verified. 38 books were missing or outstanding. They were not presented for auditing. And this is money, right?
Sure.
Please speak into the microphone, Mr. Bar.
Yeah, yes, lead counsel.
So please help us with the outstanding balance. We also have the entire audit report addressed to the Deputy CEO. Office of the Mayor is copied. Deputy Finance Director copied. Revenue Committee Chairman copied. It is dated the 12th of September 2022. You were in council in 2022?
Yes.
But you were an ordinary member?
Yes, so.
Yes. So you will see that some of the findings says, according to the register, some of the collectors' performance are below satisfactory in reporting to the audit on cash book verification. The audit is only accepting 2 times attendance in a week as good performance. So according to the register, 23 collectors in the license unit, only 12 collectors have good performance. They do come for auditing, and 11 fail to comply in reporting twice a week. The market unit or court, 16 collectors and one court collector. Only 4 were turning up to be audited. 13 out of this number were nowhere to be seen for this auditing. And they are in charge of revenue collection. Is that not the case?
Sure.
Now the recommendation from the audit says, if collectors are not complying in reporting for checkup to the audit department, likely errors, frauds, and theft will not be detected on time. Suppression of revenue will be the order of the day, because they might keep these monies collected without submission at a longer interval. What do you think, or what is your opinion about this recommendation?
Yes, it should have brought to our attention, for an appropriate action.
We can hear you very well.
It should have been brought to our attention for appropriate action.
Action.
Yeah.
There was also an auction sale at the council. Do you recall?
Sure.
How many times council embarked on the disposal of council assets from 2018?
No, I can't recall exactly the number of times.
But how many can you recall?
Probably 1.
Probably 1.
Yes.
And what was the procedure followed? Do you know?
No idea, please.
You have no idea. And why is that?
Now, lead counsel, to be honest, the council's composition is like we are more of policy makers, understand? Then you have the administrative body. And when it comes to implementation, it's solely in the hands of the administrators. So, but however, I'm always ready to volunteer whatever information that is to my knowledge.
What do you mean when you say we are more of policymakers?
Yes, we are not the implementing body that I mean. We give directives, the direction where the council should go, and some of the things that they're supposed to implement as per our resolutions.
So you don't have any say in implementation?
Implementation, we oversight. Understand? We oversight, but most of the time we don't have direct.
Why is that? Is that a law?
Well, that's how I understand the Local Government Act.
Is that a law that clearly draws that distinction to say that you are policy makers and therefore you don't have implementation powers? That will probably hinder your progress as a council because of the fact that you don't have too much power over the administration, over the CEO, over the staff of council.
Just like I said, we are an oversighting body, and also ensure that whatever activities or development activities we have, it's been implemented by the administrators. So as you can see, most of the councillors will only go to council when there is general council meeting or there is a committee meeting. Probably you only go to council once.
Yes.
Understand? You know, the oversights are held by the committees, and that are periodically, not on daily basis.
No, I mean, you don't have to be in council every single day to exercise your oversight function. Must you be there every single day? The minimum that you should have a meeting at a level of council is once a month.
Sure.
That's the minimum. It didn't say the maximum. It says the minimum. So if you meet once a week, once a month, sorry, that is at your own discretion. That's one. The other issue is you have financial autonomy at council. Is that not correct?
Yes.
Yes. So you decide how you spend your money.
Correct.
Even though you should be audited, but you decide how you spend it. And of course, it has to be in accordance with the budget, but you make the decision. You draw out your budget, it gets approved or whatsoever, but then you spend in accordance with your budget. The only issue is you have to be audited. That's a fact.
Correct.
The other fact is as well, the CEO is answerable to council.
Yes.
Is that a fact? That is a fact.
Yes.
The CEO is the head of the administration, but answerable to council.
Sure.
The internal auditor is answerable to council.
Yes.
So where is the difficulty?
Difficult, like?
The implementation, in making sure the proper checks and balances are enforced, and findings of these departments are really scrutinized and actions taken. Where is the difficulty?
As far as I'm concerned, I will tell you for free that we had a lot of resolutions that was passed to be implemented, and I will tell you that there are a few that has been implemented. The fact that, you know, some of our powers as well is not that so strengthened to perhaps take some other actions.
Mr. Ba, do you choose as council when to exercise certain powers and when not to?
No way.
I recall Senator Martins was suspended by council.
Yes.
Do you have those powers?
Yeah, the general body.
The general body has those powers.
Yes.
That's your opinion. Even though I disagree, but let's go by your opinion. Now you have those powers to suspend. Why have you not been doing the same with all these findings?
It's in the hands of the general body.
You were the deputy mayor.
Yes.
For a long period of time.
Yeah.
Now I want to know why the general body didn't deem it fit when there were multiple corruptions at the level of council, and it was brought to the notice of council and the administration, and no significant actions were taken.
Truly, I can't remember anything that of such that is brought to the attention of the General Council and zero action was taken.
No, we have seen audit reports where it was addressed to, in fact, not only one office. Office of the Mayor, CEO, Director of Administration sometimes, Director of Finance sometimes, Deputy Director of Finance sometimes, the Accounting Committee. 98% of these findings, no action taken.
Well, to my knowledge, actions were taken.
So what are these actions? We have the issue of the auction sale in 2022.
Yes, there were some staff being fired.
How many staffs were fired? What is the statistics?
I can't be accurate, but probably 15 or so.
15 staffs were fired?
Yes.
Out of how many names that are found to be
that
engaged in fraudulent actions? Collecting monies and not depositing same?
I don't know the entire figure.
You and I know that council have not done enough to address the issue of fraudulent activities. That's a fact.
No, that's a must. Yes, it's a must.
It's a fact.
It's a must.
Yes, you haven't done enough. Again, Senator Martin's case, we will talk about it. She will come. She will also answer some questions. But if you talk about implementation, You shut her out. You decided that she will be suspended and she will not have access to the office. You took a drastic action at council level. You made sure that she would not have, and others wouldn't have access to the office. If you can go that far, why would you now cry to say, as council I mean, that we don't have the powers? Is it a matter of when it favors you, you have the powers, when it doesn't favor you, don't have the powers?
No, lead counsel.
Then why was that case so special that you had gone to the limit?
Well, I don't think there's any special case as far as the general body is concerned,
but
because it's a whatever we do, it's always a collective decision.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you not just recommend for suspension? What is the process of suspension at council level? When the staff is probably deemed there's an allegation, what would be the process?
Yeah, probably we'll go to the establishment committee.
Yes.
Yes, from there the recommendations will come to the general body.
And then it should be forwarded to the Local Government Service Commission.
Yes.
Was this issue forwarded to the Local Government Service Commission to see what they would do in this case?
Well, I cannot recall because it's quite a long time. To be honest, the exact procedure that was employed in this situation.
Who has the powers to suspend? Is it the Local Government Service Commission or council?
As far as that tier is concerned, is the Local Government Service Commission.
Then why did council suspend that tier?
Well, I can't answer that.
You cannot answer that.
Yes.
So, but then it's clear that council does not have the power to suspend as the Local Government Service Commission.
Yeah. I can't answer that.
Mr. Ba, I mean, again, you have been helpful. When facts are established, then we admit it. We move on to other issues. It does not, in any way, we are not, as lawyers, in any way justifying the actions of Senator Martins. She is here to come and answer, the same way you are here to answer. But for whatever has gone wrong, we find out.
Sure.
And that does not rob away the fact that there were probably things that were done wrong by Senator Martins or the ministry. They sat where you are sitting and they had answered some questions about this issue. Now, let me tell you about the auction sales at the council level. It says the memo dated the 29th of September 2022, there were some irregularities in this auction. It says that the findings and sellings of the items, I'm reading word for word, that the audit have confirmed the list, assessment, and evaluated items against the items on the ground at the time of the auction. Metallic rectangular beams, 24 were assessed. Only 3 beams were found on the ground. 21 beams missing or stolen. Do you see that?
Yes.
Blue truck Mercedes-Benz 1619 was assessed with engine and gearbox, all intact, present. But at the time of the auction, we found that the engine and the gearbox were all removed and stolen. Now the old trucks together were sold on how it was found at the price of $260,000. The flush toilet sets, 13 sets were assessed, only 12 were present. Wash hand basin, 6 sold. Ceiling fans, 5 were sold. Corrugated iron sheds, 51 sheets were assessed, but only 28 were found on the ground at the time of the auction. Do you see that?
Yes.
Now, were you aware of these findings?
Not the finding, but the exercise.
Please speak to the microphone.
Not the report, the audit report.
Plastic louvers, you have 28 pairs were assessed, but nothing was found on the ground at the time of the auction. Daylight robbery. Daylight. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Daylight robbery. Should this happen under any administration, and actions would not be taken?
Should not happen in any administration. Action should be taken.
Air conditioners. The air conditioners were all withdrawn by the council for office use. Now, all payments were made to the finance office. We don't know about the state of the air conditioners, whether in fact they were really installed back into the council when they were assessed. No idea as to where they are. Now, the recommendation says the audit is recommending that missing and stolen items to be recovered by the administration and returned to council with immediate effect. But up to date, we don't have information about whether the findings were really adhered to. Mr. Ba, is that fair to the taxpayers? Is that how?
It's not fair. It's not fair.
What is the purpose of internal audit? What is the purpose of internal audit?
Well, it ensures, they ensure that we follow procedures and also to...
Please kindly increase your voice.
As far as I understand, they ensure that we follow due processes.
They ensure you follow due process?
Yes, and also to check, to exercise checks and balances.
The audit staff, they testified here. They also complain about the manner in which they are treated at council. That they don't even have a vehicle to go and perform their functions. They were separated from the main office. I'm sure you've heard about the testimony. If it is not true, you may counter the evidence. But that's the evidence that the commission received, that there were no motivation, they were separated from council buildings to even have access to go and conduct audit. It's a problem. Sometimes they use their own resources to do this. Why was that the case? Why was council not prioritizing the internal audit unit?
Well, this is a news to me, late council.
Why is it news to you?
For since we came, we've been trying to retool and then empower staff.
Yes.
Whereby we were able to procure some vehicles to ease their mobility. I don't think I will accept that.
Was there a vehicle that was assigned to the audit unit with the necessary access to fuel so that they will use that to go and conduct their activities?
Yes, lead council, that is more of administrative.
Which you are part of.
Yes.
Council is the chronom, is the main administrator.
Correct. But like daily activities and some of that basic things, because when it comes to budgeting, each department always put together their needs to the council.
Yes.
Then from there, we try to do what to our best to implement, to come to their whatever.
But you have not been doing that for internal audit.
Well, this is news to me.
No, but it should not be news to you. The equipment they were served with, the vehicles they were really allocated, you would have known. You would have known that in 2019, 2 vehicles were allocated to the Department of Audit for the ease running of the department.
Well, you know, the administration is responsible for deploying vehicles or whatever.
So you cannot make any resolution, discuss this issue of dire need? You can't discuss that?
When it comes before us.
Who should bring it before you?
Well, the competent body.
And what is the competent body?
It should emanate from perhaps their director or whatever.
Mr. Ba, this is a department you neglected. You see, no one wants internal audit and compliance in any institution. No one wants it. We know how it works. they will not be a friend to anybody. So you know that what they are saying is true. That they don't even have an office in the main council headquarters. Is that not a fact?
Yes, but the reason should be known as well.
It should be?
It should be established, the reason why.
So what is the reason? Now you are here.
Yes, the reason.
You're serving as a deputy mayor. What would be the reason?
Yeah, but at the time of the, how to call it, when it was being commissioned, I wasn't. So I wouldn't.
But since 2018 to 2021, you had been the deputy
Yeah,
mayor.
but that time the development was, the construction was ongoing. But at the time I resigned, and when they were trying to, deploy whatever department within the building, I was not the deputy.
You were not?
Yeah, I was.
Now, have you, on the issue of the audit lastly, have you, as a council, passed resolutions requesting for in that audit report? Resolutions.
Yes.
The law says it should be done quarterly.
Sure,
have you, after every quarter, request?
Absolutely, quite a number of times, I believe.
Can we have all these resolutions in addition to the request for the audit to provide? Now, your projects for k.M.C, have you sanctioned the internal audit unit to audit these projects after they have been completed?
Well, Council, I think that's a routine something.
That is?
It's a continuous process.
No, have you ever sanctioned internal audit to conduct periodic audit for these projects?
Yes, I could not recall.
You don't recall?
Yes.
Now, we have let me just show you the last one. 22nd of June 2020, you were deputy mayor. On page 3, we have the issues regarding the cash books and some of the tickets at the market. It says, operations of the market during the first quarter 2020 indicates that the average daily ticket consumption value stands at $35,000 is maximum. Do you know what this means?
No.
That the market, the amount of ticket that they would need per day, the ticket books would be $35,000 is value. It says this means that the secondary market must not be supplied with weekly stock of ticket books that exceeds $245,000. Otherwise, the market collectors will be unnecessarily in custody of excessive amount of tickets at their disposal. You supplying them more than they need will only maximize the commission of fraud. It says, C, as of the 30th of April 2020, the secondary market holds an unaccounted excess amount of tickets worth $354,060, which poses a high risk of suppression of revenue. Why would they be supplied a value of this magnitude when they don't even need it?
Lead Council, that's very wrong.
And this information, was it known to the council?
Well, I'm not aware.
You're not aware of it. So we have $354,060 that we cannot really know whether it has been declared. Well, we know because the auditor says it is unaccounted. Unless there's evidence that subsequently after these findings, it was accounted for. But it's in 2020, 30th April. Do you see that? And the date of this report is June 22nd. The list goes on. Latikuda Sabiji market. It says first quarter 2020 indicates that the average daily ticket consumption value stands at $17,000. This means that the secondary market must not be supplied with weekly stock of ticket books that exceeds 119. As of 30th April 2020, the secondary market holds an unaccounted excess amount of tickets worth $398,064 as well. So they have in their possession far more than they need. Mr. Bah, we want to know what council has done in this issue, if any.
Yes, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
Yes, please.
Mr. Bah, do you think as council, and if you held the office of a deputy mayor, I know it's a tough job, but do you think it will be fair and proper to the people that pay tax and pay the allowances and the salaries of public servants to give answers that they do not know? Do you think you should have been in a position to say that I don't know about X, about Y, about Z?
Yes, to some degree, because as I said, we receive information from the administration. So from the administration.
Yes.
Yes, if that doesn't happen, it will be difficult for one to.
But who should solicit the information? Who should request for it?
Yeah, like I said, you've tasked me to bring the resolution whereby we are trying to pursue for the submission of audit reports. That one is noted. That will, I think, answer my question.
The Mbalit project.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the Mbalit project? The trucks, 19 trucks initially that you purchased from Espas Motors.
Yeah, the Mbalit project is a project that was implemented to cope the collection issue within the municipality, waste collection issues.
Okay. Now, you had at some point traveled to China with a trip, in the trip that includes the acting finance director, Serif Njai, Lamin Diba, chairman of the environment and subcommittee, you as deputy mayor and chairman of the Mbalit and Mbalit subcommittee as well, Jim Gay, the sales marketing manager for Espas Motors, and Mohamed Jah, chairman of Q Group, to Futon Company in China. Can you please tell us about the trip? What necessitated the trip? Why did you embark on this trip? And the purpose and the report, if any?
Yes, we embark on this trip so to be exposed to potential waste management mechanism.
Please proceed.
Yes.
So please tell us about the trip.
Yeah, it was a successful one. We had some engagements with the company, and we are exposed to the manufacturing company to see other fleets of waste management equipment that probably could be of benefit to council if they are interested.
Yes. So who paid for this trip?
Council, Mohamed Jah, Espas paid for the ticket.
Espas paid for the ticket?
Yes, please.
Was this before you had an agreement with Espas or after you had an agreement with Espas?
I think after we had agreement with Espas, I couldn't recall exactly because it's quite a long time.
You can give us that information.
Okay. Okay.
What was the arrangement or the agreement but before that? How many days were you in China to visit this company, Futon?
I think it's a week.
1 week.
Yes.
Was there a report that you generated after the trip?
Sure.
Do you have a copy of the report?
Yes.
Please provide the report. Did you travel with an expert in this area? At the level of council to better advise you?
We went. I went with the finance director, who served as a finance.
An expert in the subject matter. You were going to purchase vehicles. You were going to make decisions in relation to the purchase of trucks. You need them. You need to be properly informed. Someone who would work for you, who is an expert in that area, to tell you whether it's a good idea for the vehicles that you were going to assess. Your team, did it include any expert?
No.
Why?
Well, I wouldn't know, but I think already the contracts committee had gone through that process.
Gone through what process?
You know, when these things were tendered, specifications were submitted, technical specifications. These were evaluated, and you know.
Was Mohamed Jah, Espas Motors, contacted before the contract was tendered? Did you have an agreement with Espas Motors before you actually follow the procurement regulations?
Well, I need to check, but I believe everything was processed through the contracts committee.
Yes, but was it done to rectify a wrong? You have already identified your supplier. You've already identified. Is it that you've already identified Espas Motors that you want to deal with? Then you rectify your actions, or
no,
or you follow the due process.
Yeah, due process
and
was.
All the suppliers had an equal playing field.
Yeah, sure. All equal.
Are you sure about that, Mr. Ba?
Yeah, so.
That doesn't appear to be the case.
Well, as far as I know.
Do you want to confirm that? You can go and confirm that and come back.
Yes.
But it doesn't appear that there was a free level playing field. It appears there was a pre-arrangement with Espas Motors before you even followed procurement regulations.
Now, lead council due process was followed.
Do you need time, Mr. Ba, to go and verify this?
Yes, I think, yeah, I could do that.
I can ask you questions. How many suppliers? If you want, you can answer the questions now.
Yes, I need to find out, but there is more than one suppliers.
More than one supplier?
Yes.
That is not the question. The question is whether you had already contacted Espas Motors for this particular project before you even followed procurement.
No, lead council.
We will give you time, Mr. Ba. When you come back tomorrow, you can tell us about this particular question. You understand that?
All right.
All right? Now, how many parties were involved in this purchase, in this contract? Is the council, Espas Motors, is there any other company or involved?
Yes, I think, I believe Sabine Mari,
Ajib Bank.
Sorry, you mean?
Ajib Bank. Was Ajib Bank playing any role in this agreement?
Ajib Bank?
Yes. Who financed the purchase?
Yeah, it was pre-financed by our partner.
And who is your partner?
Is I would say it's Q Group.
Q Group.
Yes, that is ESPAS.
You have an agreement with Q Group, or you had an agreement with ESPAS?
You mean financially?
The entire agreement that council had for the purchase of these trucks. Was
When
the
it,
agreement with Q Group or was the agreement with ESPAS?
you know, ESPAS, they are the agents. They supply vehicles, isn't it?
Yes.
So they bid for it, and they became more responsive. Yes.
So why are you calling Q Group in this? Agreement?
Sorry about that.
So Q Group was not involved in this agreement?
It's ESPAS, sorry.
It's ESPAS Motors.
Thank you.
And how about Ajib Bank? Did they play any role in this purchase?
Yeah, they are the financier. They deal with ESPAS.
They deal with ESPAS
Yes.
in what form?
In order to pre-finance the purchase of the
The purchase contract. And how much did they pre-finance?
I believe it was up to $2 million.
$2 million.
Yes.
Why would Ajib pre-finance ESPAS for ESPAS to purchase the vehicles for council?
Why would?
Ajib pre-finance ESPAS for ESPAS to purchase the vehicles for council.
Well,
Why can't you just take a loan directly from Ajib or any bank and then purchase these trucks?
well, this were well scrutinized to ensure that.
Let's scrutinize it now.
Yes.
Than just to say it is well scrutinized by GPPA,
Yes.
here and there, back and forth. Let's do the scrutiny now. I think it's better. If it is well scrutinized, then you'll be in a position to explain it. Is that not the case?
Yes.
Ajib Bank, who is the majority shareholder in Ajib Bank?
That. Well, I can tell.
You did not find out.
No.
Did council find out? You were part of the team.
Yes, but there are how to call it, technicians responsible. Perhaps.
So you don't know.
Yes.
You don't know whether Mohammed Jah has a share in Ajib Bank.
Yes, but I don't know whether he has the upper share. Or
It doesn't
something.
matter, but you know he has shares in Ajib Bank.
This I know.
This you know.
Yes.
And you know he also owns ESPAS Motors.
Yes.
It's good. And you don't see any conflict?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we are composed with advisors and that of technicians.
No, I had asked the question whether
Yes.
you see any conflict
Conflict.
of interest.
If at all, you know, like I said, ESPAS, how I understand, they are under a sub, whatever, under Q Group, the entire business. So if they could have any mutual understanding to fund whatever, I think.
Do you understand the contract, Mr. Ba? Do you
that's-
understand the agreement with ESPAS Motors and Ajib Bank? Do you really understand the agreement?
Yes, they pre-finance
Do you really
ESPAS.
understand the agreement with ESPAS Motors? And as Deputy Mayor at the time, are you in a position to really explain the agreement with ESPAS Motors and Ajib Bank and KMC?
Yeah, you know, I'm a human being. I need to refresh my memory.
Your mind.
Very well.
Good. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll give you time to come back, to give us all the information, all the documents you may have in relation to the agreement to purchase the trucks from ESPAS Motors and the pre-financing agreement with Ajib Bank.
And you said,
And the pre-financing agreement with Ajib Bank. Now, the last question for this session, we will call you back after break for the issue regarding the audio. We need to sort out some technical stuff with the technician. The last issue for the day is in relation to honorariums that were paid to councillors. Sometime I know you had stated this in your statement of the 19th of September 2024, the fourth paragraph, where you said, regarding the payment of honorarium allowances to councillors during Muslim Feast, I am aware that the council would organize capacity building trainings packages that are all for all councillors and directors on their roles and responsibilities, and be rewarded honorarium allowance ranging from 5,000 to 10,000, depending on the number of days. Such trainings do include myself as deputy mayor, clerk of council, all councillors and directors of the council. I cannot confirm if the Lord Mayor has been participating in these trainings. The information we have is that during festive periods, Muslim festive periods, for instance, Keita and Tobaski, that council would organize trainings for the main purpose would be to allocate monies to councillors so that they will have monies that they can really spend for this feast. Is that correct? Is that a fact?
Well, all I know is that we've been conducting some trainings and
Yes.
some exercise.
Yes.
But to say it's specifically for a feast or something, that I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes.
Why would you not know that?
No, like to be direct, that's not the case.
That's not the case.
Yes, please.
You disagree with that?
Yes, please.
At some point, there were councillors that were said to embark on 24-25 days of exercise, and they were paid monies, $10,000 each. The mayor was also paid $10,000 for the said exercise. Do you recall this?
Yes, I could recall we conducted an exercise.
Now, was this exercise sanctioned by the council?
Yes.
Do you have that resolution where council sanctioned this exercise?
It should be available.
Please write it down. We need the resolution. You will need the resolution authorizing the exercise. So the voucher we have here I will show you, is dated 9th of August 2018. The amount that was paid to the councillors and the mayor is $260,000. There's a resolution attached to it. Let me show you the resolution. It's 2nd of August 2018. Let me read and then I will show you. It says General Council Resolution. It says Resolution 1, that members resolve that 1/6 salaries be paid to staff on or before the 12th of August 2018 to allow them properly prepare for the upcoming Eid. 2, that whereas the status of the council financial situation was earlier discussed at the General Council meeting of 31st May 2018, and whereas members expressed their concerns on the state of the revenue generation and maximization of the council, and whereas members, in order to comprehend and study the gaps existing in the current system revenue collection, whereas members began the exercise on the 2nd of July 2018 and completed it on the 25th of July 2018, we resolved that $400 be paid per day for the duration of the exercise as honorarium to members. Let me show you the. Yes, do you see the resolution?
Yes.
What is the date?
2nd August 2018.
2018
Yes.
is when you decided to pay $400 to the councillors and the mayor, correct?
Yes.
But when was the exercise said to have happened? Is it after or before the payment?
What I've seen here is members resolved that 1/6 salaries to be paid on or before the 12th of August.
Were they paid after they did the exercise? Where was the decision to pay made after the exercise was allegedly conducted, or was it after? Was it after or before?
Well, I couldn't recall because it's quite a long time. Yes, please.
Now, I will help you. Look at the register, the register that they signed at the back of the voucher. It has the signatures of the councillors that signed to collect this money. You've seen that? It should be in July.
The voucher here has no date.
No, the register. Where they had signed, you look at the top, it has a date. I can help you.
Yes, so please. I cannot find the date. No.
You have seen it?
Yes, lead council, but I've seen that it's been scratched.
Yes. Day itself. How about the month? The month is intact.
Yes,
What is the month?
July.
July.
Yes.
So this exercise probably is said to have happened in July. And the resolution is 2nd August. Correct? Do you hear me? The
Yes.
resolution is 2nd August. The date of the register says the month of July. So it is a retroactive, it's a, you have backdated the payment.
Well, I'm not too sure.
But there's a date you have seen.
Yes, but I've seen it's been scratched as well, the date.
You have seen the month of June?
Yes.
July is scratched?
Sorry?
Have you seen the month of July scratched?
Yes.
You have seen the day or the month? I can show you again. The
Yeah,
month
what I mean,
of July is intact. No, we need to be clear.
Yes.
It says 2nd of July 2018.
Correct.
And then it said 2nd to the 25th.
Yes.
And what was scratched was, instead of 25th, they wrote there 27th.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. So that.
Or you want to double check?
No, it's okay. That worries me. The scratch.
Yes, that's with respect to the length or the period. From the 2nd to the 25th was scratched to be the 2nd to the 27th. And July is intact. They signed the in July. Do you confirm that?
Yes, what I've seen.
Yes.
The month is July.
The month is July, and the month is not being scratched.
It's not.
Yes. So which indicates that the month that is the exercise conducted is July. That is a month before the resolution, which is in August. Did you confirm that in fact this exercise took place before you passed a resolution to pay all these councillors $10,000 each, including the mayor? You also were paid?
Yes.
Did you verify? Did you take part in this exercise?
Sure.
How many days?
24 days.
Do you have a report?
Well, we've been not a written report per se, but we've been reporting to some at times to the markets chairperson and that of the finance chair, which had helped us to identify, to see some gaps, and also.
Was there any written report after the exercise?
Well, this I couldn't recall, but
if there was a report, would you have known? You would have known.
Well. It's been quite a long time.
You would have known if there was a report, correct?
It's quite a long time, Lead Council.
How would you authorize payment at the level of? And I believe you signed this resolution.
Yes, normally resolutions after a subsequent meeting,
yes,
it's been reviewed and adopted.
Yes.
Probably it could be the time that I've signed.
Yes, you signed together with Usman Gay. Who's Usman Gay?
Clerk of Council.
Clerk of Council. You
Yes.
signed this resolution. I'm not saying this signature is unlawful. I'm not saying that. My point is you were in a position, and you are in a position to tell us about this payment, because you signed it. You
Yes.
took part in the deliberations. The deliberation and the agreement to pay all the councillors, to pay yourselves $10,000 each, was done without proper information. There were no verification of this exercise. In fact, we are even doubtful whether it even happened. You know what the chairman of the committee said? He testified and said clearly that all these signatures were happened in one day.
Yeah, if at all is the last one, that one, yeah, but they are previously, there used to be.
No, let's talk about this one.
Yeah,
everyone signed same day.
Anyways, it was brought to me to sign. I couldn't tell if at all everything was signed the same day.
But why would you sign one day for activities that you have done in 25 days?
Yes, this is what I'm trying to clarify here. I mean that during the exercise, there had been attendance list
Yes.
that used to be signed.
Yes.
Yes, but I don't know what went wrong until this new voucher was prepared.
You know what went wrong until the new voucher was prepared?
Yes.
That same 2nd of August, there is a council meeting. The minutes of the meeting will tell us the rationale behind this payment. You had denied it has nothing to do with Tobaski, correct?
Yes, as far as I'm concerned, to my understanding.
Yes. Now let me read you the minutes. It says the meeting number is KMC/EGCM/01/2018 Emergency General Council meeting. What was in fact the emergency for this meeting?
Well, there are numerous meetings.
No, this meeting,
held,
what was the emergency? It's the time that you paid the money, and the agenda for the emergency says payment upon basics and salaries.
Yes, unless you help me to refresh my memory.
Yes,
because
it says
it's quite a long time.
2.0 says the agenda is payment of 1/6 and salaries. It was Tobaski period. It was seen as an emergency. Now let me read to you the minutes. It says 2.1. The chairman delivered on the need of a management to facilitate the payment of salaries and 1/6 to staff on time. This, he said, will allow them to prepare themselves for it. The timely payment he adduced was necessary as staff needed to be motivated, as that will make them work hard to help the council attain its desired vision. He therefore urged councillors to consider passing a resolution to that effect if they share the same thoughts with him. Are councillors entitled to be paid 1/6?
Well, I have no knowledge about that.
Mr. Ba, if you don't have an idea, why would you subscribe to it?
1/6, you mean?
Yes, that's for the staff, not councillors. Councillors, you are not staff of council. You receive allowances. Is that not the case?
Sure.
And allowances, they are no 1/6.
Well, at the time, I didn't know that perhaps councillors must not receive 1/6.
But now you know.
Yes.
Since when?
Now that I know.
Mr. Ba, the 2.2 says the councillor for Old Bakau, Cape Point, what before moving the motion expressed his thanks to the chairman for his foresight. He stated that for any institution to move forward, the staff must be motivated, and one way of motivating them is to ensure that they are happy. He argued that Tobaski is one phase that is very important to the staff, and therefore council should be seen supporting the staff to ensure they are able to address the problems associated with the phase by paying them 1/6 and salaries on time. Now, and we make no mistake, we are not talking about the staff that are employed by council, because they would be, the salaries will be paid. We are talking about the councillors here. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
Yes. In 2.3 says, in seconding the motion, the councillor for New Joshua and Ibo Town Ward, who is that?
I believe it's Councillor Habib Sisi.
Habib.
Sisi.
Corroborated the arguments presented by the previous speakers and argued his fellow members to consider sanctioning the payment on time. Members unanimously agreed on a resolution authorizing the payment of 1/6 and duly passed and adopted. The chairman reminded the meeting of the directive given at the meeting of the General Council 31st of May 2018, in which members expressed their concern on ways to maximize revenue and the need to conduct a market research. The exercise, he said, was supposed to take 6 weeks, but members were able to complete the task assigned before the due date. Here, he at this juncture opened the floor for the member from Sabiji Ward, who together with the member of Tanding jointly headed the exercise to submit his report to council. In his deliberation, the councillor for Sabiji Ward explained that it took them 25 days to complete the assignment. He adduced that the following were the expectations outcomes, and the list goes on. Correct? Now, the chairman of the finance committee, for his part, extolled the members for the hard work and how they have comported themselves during the period of the exercise, which there is no evidence of. He harped on the discipline and professionalism shown, which allowed them to gather facts which he said, if looked into, result to council succeeding in plugging the gaps that exist in the collection system. Now he makes the following recommendation, and the recommendations were adhered to, and this where they craftily and beautifully wrote a resolution to justify the payment. He said, he concluded by urging members to continue working with management to ensure that the recommendations are given. Members at the juncture resolved that the honorarium be paid to councillors for the hard work and unlimited time given to ensure the exercise is completed and with success. No report, no group report, no assessment report, no evidence of councillors taking part in this exercise. In fact, admission of 1 day signatures of the attendance. And they said, as a result, an amount of $10,000 was agreed to be paid as honorarium to each councillor for 25 days, including the mayor, Tobaski, period. This is an illegality, Mr. Ba.
Well, like I said, I'm just hearing this from you, but the intention was to conduct market exercise to study lapses, gaps, and also to see, to be abreast of market issues such as sanitation issues and other things. Yeah.
Do you now know it was done during Tobaski time?
Well,
by the minutes?
Yeah, according to what you just read.
And you now know the intention was for Tobaski?
Yeah,
the minutes are there. The words are clear. I read it for everyone to hear.
Yeah, but as far as I know, it was to conduct an exercise for
to help
in good faith, because we just started.
No, Mr. Ba. The minute says to help in the time of Tobaski. $260,000, and this we know is only one voucher, but the evidence we receive is every year, twice. Do you do the same for Christmas?
Like I said, it's not designed for feast or something.
Maybe probably you do the same for Christmas?
I mean, maybe our exercise coincides with.
Have you ever
feast?
passed a resolution knowing that it's Christmas and New Year and Easter?
Well, I've never.
Yes.
Witnessed
do you think
such.
this is how we should run our country, run our institutions? You want to make the staffs happy, you cannot segregate. You cannot discriminate.
No, I don't think there was anything, an intention to discriminate here.
So what is the issue then? Even if you had paid it for Christmas, it would still be unlawful, Mr. Ba. It would still be really unlawful. In fact, it will be much more serious. But the idea is, do you think it's proper to have elected people in our offices that will decide to share or distribute the cake at will, to create fictitious trainings to justify payments? That's criminal, Mr.
Yeah, the council, I buttress, I think our intention was to conduct an exercise in order to.
Mr. Increase your voice.
Yes. Our intention was to conduct exercise to equally familiarize ourselves as we are new in council.
The mayor take part in this exercise?
Yeah, that I can tell.
You don't know?
I have no idea.
The mayor did not sign the attendance list. Why would he be paid?
Well, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
Yes.
Unless there are questions, we will want to excuse Mr. Ba. He will probably come back after break for the discussion regarding Senator Martins and the audio for the allegations of the bribery.
Yes, I have just two questions. Mr. Ba, did you recall the decision to pay 1% to collectors on turnover of collection of revenue?
Yes, ma'am.
Recall?
Yes.
What was the rationale?
The rationale was to motivate staff and also to motivate them in order to boost their income or their revenue.
After instituting the 1% commission, was there any follow-up as to the authenticity and the confirmation of payments of this 1% from the market managers?
Since we passed the resolution, of the belief that it will be implemented accordingly by the administration.
So there were no reports or documents sent to show you how much revenue is being expended on that payment?
Well, it's been a long time. I could not recall much.
You cannot recall?
Much, yeah.
All right. In line with the internal audit reports, were you as a council able to discuss the audit report sent in on the 3rd of December 2020 by the National Audit Office, covering the period 2017 to 2019?
I can recall.
You cannot recall whether you discussed
Yes.
the findings of that audit report?
Sure.
Can you find out for us whether the council sat over to check what the findings of the National Audit Office presented to you in 2020 as a council? Yes, and my last question is on the issue of the nomination of councillors.
Yes.
Did the council sit and deliberate on the nomination of councillors to the council?
The nomination of what?
Nominated
Nominated
councillors.
councillors.
Yes.
Well,
You recall that there is provision for nominated councillors.
sure.
And there is a process provided for in the legislation. Did the council sit to discuss that process for the nomination?
I can't recall any time.
Please find out and let us know if there were any meetings held to that effect. Yes, council. So, Mr. Ba, you will give us some few. You will wait for us. We'll call you back soon.
Okay.
So that we would be done with your questioning.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Mr. Witness, you may kindly take your seat.
Thank you.
And welcome back, Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. I want to remind you once again that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Keita.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You are welcome back, Mr. Keita.
Thank you.
Council, we may proceed.
Yes, Mr. Keita, we want to show you some vouchers.
Okay.
So payments made to Lankara Musware. Do you know Lankara Musware?
Yes, I found him at the council when I started working there.
And also Kan Mustafa Kanya as well.
Yes.
Now, let me show you some vouchers. Yes, please remind us again. You were Director of Finance from which year to you?
Yes, from March 2020 to July 2021.
March
2020
to July.
To July 2021.
Now, do you recognize some of the vouchers there that you have authorized for payment?
I'm looking at my, this one on top is not my signature.
Please move to the next. What is the date?
The payment is about 400,000.
The date?
Yeah. The date is October 23rd, 2018.
Okay, please move to the next.
This one is also 2019. I was not there.
You can just go straight to the ones for 2020.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, just have this one instead.
Huh?
And you got it on that set.
I think these are all. Yeah, I think that's a different one. Okay, this one is dated 26th February 2020.
Yes?
I started there in March.
All those ones are?
Yes, there's one here, 76,500.
Yes?
Yeah, that's during my time, yeah.
Okay.
Landfill maintenance, yeah.
Please identify the ones that you have authorized payment.
I have One here dated 25th of November 2020.
Okay. So please, you can return the rest.
Huh?
You may return the other vouchers.
All of them? Yeah, okay. Here. This is February too. I was not there.
When were you recalled?
Well, I was recalled in end of October 2023.
When were you suspended?
November?
Which year?
No, I said I was recalled from suspension.
So when were you suspended?
I was suspended in July of 2021.
Okay. Please, may we have the other vouchers? So for the one you have,
Yeah.
what can you tell us about that particular payment?
Yes, the payment actually is requested by the service department,
Yes,
and I submitted to the CEO.
yes.
And when CEO signs it, it comes to my desk, and I try to make sure all the documents are properly authorized before I effect the payment.
All the?
All the documents, the paperwork.
And what are these paperwork?
Those are the ones that have been signed by various people in department, like services and then the CEO.
So Lankaromo was given several contracts.
Well, I found him there. I'm not sure how the contract was awarded to him. I have no knowledge about that.
Have you ever seen any contract? Does that voucher have a contract?
Huh?
The voucher you have authorized?
Yes.
Do you know whether there is any contract that he has?
No, as I said before, I found him there. And
Yes.
I don't know his nature, how he was contracted.
How do you verify the authenticity of the payments?
Well, the signatures. When you come, the signatures.
Yes.
If it is from service department, I make sure it's properly authorized. And if it goes to the CEO, I make sure CEO signs it, and then it comes to my desk. And if there is money, I try to effect the payment.
So who was the CEO at the time?
Senator Martin.
Senator Martin. And she authorized that payment?
Yes.
Well, what was the payment for?
Huh?
What was the payment for?
It's there. It's indicated, and I don't have it here. It's with you.
She's loud. Come again?
Yeah, I said you had the voucher there. I can't remember the payment. Okay, this is not me. This one, I was not there. This one, I was here. Yes, this one too. Yes, this one. Okay, this one, I signed that. I signed this one too. I signed this one too. Yeah. Yes, the first payment voucher is 76,500.
Yes, what was the payment for?
Huh?
What was the payment for?
It was for landfill maintenance.
Landfill maintenance?
Yes.
Do you know whether there's a contract attached to that?
Whether there was a?
Contract attached to?
Well, as I said before, these things have been submitted by the service department. And I think he was under contract.
You think?
I think so.
Sure?
No, I'm not sure. I found him there, and I don't know how he was contracted.
You found him there. You know
Yes.
how he was contracted.
Yes.
Now, as Director of Finance, what would be your role?
Well, when I came to the council, I found him there.
Go ahead.
when I came to the council, he was there. He was already there. He was
Yes.
being, given work to do.
How do you verify the authenticity of a payment?
Well, I try to make sure the signatures on the paperwork are properly authorized.
What paperwork?
Huh?
What are the paperwork involved?
Yeah, those are the papers that are right in front of me, where the signature, where the request is submitted by services,
Yes.
and then approved by CEO,
Yes.
and then it comes to my desk.
Now, you were to submit monthly analysis of all these payments and receipts. Do you know that?
Well,
For every month, for all your payments,
yes, I do.
you should be summarizing the payments entirely for every month.
Well, you mean to sum?
For every month, you are required to provide all the summaries of payments
Well,
and receipts.
it's recorded in the system. The expenses that are done and the revenue collected is collected is in the system.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but what I mean is, do you have a summary that you do every month to analyze the payments?
Personally, me, if I need a summary of the income,
Not if you need. The Lord says you should have it. For all these payments in the month, you should have a summary to explain and analyze and justify these payments.
well, so if I need the statement, I request it from the manager, from our manager.
Now,
to bring it up.
if the financial manual requires, and page 12, part of your rule says, submit monthly summaries of receipts and payments to
Yes.
CEO, and
Yes.
copies sent to the internal auditor.
Yes, which we do. Sometimes it might be, if they request it, we give it to them at any time, not necessarily like.
So
end
you
of the
don't follow
month.
this process?
Huh?
You don't follow the monthly requirement process?
The monthly requirement, unless it's requested.
Unless it's
But,
requested.
Yeah, unless it's requested.
Now,
But I do have it handy. Anytime it's requesested, I can.
so you
produce
have it.
It's always in the system. I can always tell the manager to reproduce it.
Can you go to the next voucher, please?
The next payment is 126,000.
What was it for?
Being hiring of bulldozer and
Yes.
trucks for clearing
Yes.
of dump site at Old Just One.
Any contract to that effect?
Yes, yes, all these things are requested by the service department, as I said before.
Yes.
And it goes to the CEO,
Yes.
and then it comes to my desk, and I effect the payment.
So there is no contract?
No. As I said before, I don't know how he was contracted. I don't know how he came into the council. I found him there.
Go to the next one, please.
The next one is 120,000,
Yes.
and is for cost of hiring shovel, loader, and trucks for clearing back at a dump site. Yeah, the same thing, the same procedure.
Same answer.
Yeah, the same answer.
Right. Let's have that. Let me give you Scope Enterprise. Yes. Were you the finance director at the time of the payment to
Yes,
Scope Enterprise?
yes, I signed this one for 326,000.
What was the payment for?
It was for being cost of roof cover and finishing for the construction of Talinding Gilifiti Kunda Market.
Is there any contract attached to it?
All these things, I found this guy also there.
You found?
I found him at the camp, just like Lansuare. I was not there when they started.
Let me have it. Let me show you k.M.C Enterprise.
The same thing. Yes, k.M.C said also, this is about 175,000. For being hiring of bulldozer, D6 for, I think it should be dressing of waste at Bakote dump site.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a contract for that as well?
Yeah, I found him also there. I don't know how he was engaged, how the contract went on and everything. So.
Do you know the procurement method that was followed?
I was not to my knowledge.
You don't know?
Because I found them there, yes.
Let me have those vouchers as well. You'll be given the manual.
Huh?
The manual, the financial manual.
Yes.
And please turn to page 36.
Page
36.
32.
36.
36. Yes.
Where it talks about paid vouchers.
Yes, paid vouchers. After payment has been effected, all payment vouchers and their supporting documents should be stamped paid. If payment is made by check, the check number shall be written on the payment voucher before filing.
Okay. Just slightly above that, you will see the control of expenditure and the previous page 35.
Do you? You say? Audience?
Page 35.
Page 35. Okay.
Control of expenditure.
Yes. The Director of Finance is directly responsible for the control of expenditure. He is personally responsible for the control of all votes and liable.
Let me help you read.
Huh?
It says the Director of Finance is directly responsible for the control of expenditure.
Yes.
He is personally responsible for the control of all votes and liable for any unauthorized expenditure. He or she should ensure the following.
Yeah.
That the expenditure of the council shall be within the approved estimates.
Yeah.
That all payments made must follow due process as stated in this chapter. For all expenditure, appropriate payment vouchers must be completed by the direct finance staff.
Yes.
That the payment voucher must be accompanied by the appropriate supporting documents.
Yes.
Such as purchase orders, original invoice, bills, debts, notes, timesheets, goods received notes, receipt vouchers, payroll, etc. For where there is said to be contract awarded, you have to have the contract, you have to see the contract.
Because I was not there when the contract was awarded, and when I came,
you have to see it before you authorize payment.
As I said, even according to the manual, I have to use to make sure the documents are properly authorized. So if they're authorized by the people in different units, different departments.
What do you understand, Dr. Keita, about documents being properly authorized?
Signatures.
Signatures?
Yes. That it is.
And what do you understand by supporting documents accompanying the voucher?
Yes, the supporting document, any documents attached or related to the payment must be properly authorized.
Any document related to the payment. So if a contract is given, must you see the contract? Should you not see the contract?
Well, you're right. Probably in that case, they need to have the contract should be attached to all the payments.
Should you not verify as Director of Finance?
Yes, I do. I should verify it. But if it is not, if I did not, probably it's an oversight on my side.
No, but you cannot call that.
But contract documents, currently we do, though. I mean, this probably
not discussing issues of.
You know, it came from the CEO, and I know I should have probably checked for the contract documents.
Not probably.
Okay, you're right.
You don't have to agree. If this is your area, you're the expert. You don't have to agree if you want to. If you think you have a contrary explanation, but we have to base it on the law. Should you or should you not verify where contracts are awarded to see the contract?
Yeah, probably the contract
Not
documents.
probably. We don't want to have probabilities. We want to
Okay.
know if a contract is awarded to a contractor.
Yeah.
Should you not see the contract?
Yeah, I should.
So why would you now sign when you don't see any contract?
I
instance?
assumed that
Come
before I came, they were awarded a contract.
For instance,
And when it came to the CEO's desk, she signed it. She is the chairman of the contract committee. Now, if she signs a document, I don't think I can possibly go
then
against her.
anybody can do your job, Mr. Keita. Anyone can just be director of finance.
Well,
You don't need to go to school. You just sit down in your office and you wait to see whether you will recognize the signature of the CEO. Once he signs, you sign.
Listen, I have to admit that the contract documents, I didn't see them. I didn't, and probably should have been attached to it. But that's my oversight on my side, I can say.
Is this something that you did not know before?
Well, I read the manual every time, but probably I didn't.
Doctor,
I must have
regardless of
skipped.
the manual, your experience alone,
Yeah.
even if you don't see the manual, you know payment vouchers must be accompanied with supporting documents. If they tell you pay contractor X, you want to see all the documents in relation to in that particular contract.
Yes, that's true. But the contract documents, yes, it should be attached to the payment vouchers all the time. But, I mean, if it is confirmed that the person has been contracted.
Who confirmed that?
I mean, the CEO.
So what is your job?
Huh?
What is your job then?
No, I mean, I found them there. They were confirmed when I started working there.
So you should not do any confirmation?
Well, yeah, probably I should have. But these people have been there for a long time before I got there.
Does it make it right?
Yeah, well, no, you're right. Probably I should just check everything.
Does it make it right that a system of operation is being followed for a long time? You were employed. You are a PhD holder. I don't want to go through that. You more than anybody else cannot be excused.
Yes, I know I cannot be excused, but I think the CEO should be in a better position.
You more than anybody else
to explain that, because he is the chairman of the contract committee.
Yes.
And she has all the documentation.
You are the paying officer.
When she signs it, it must be evident.
You are the paying officer.
Yes.
Read again what the law says, how it is holding you responsible. It says the director of finance is directly responsible for the control of expenditure.
Yes, I do.
He
I do.
is personally responsible for the control of all votes and liable for any unauthorized expenditure.
Yes.
But he said he or she should ensure the following: that all payments made must follow due process. See, for all expenditure, appropriate payment vouchers must be completed by the finance staff. The payment vouchers must be accompanied by the appropriate supporting documents, such as a purchase order, original invoice bill or debt note, timesheets, goods received notes, the list goes on.
Yeah, the list goes on, but there is nothing like a contract document.
Doctor, if you hear English, you understand it well, let me read again. The payment voucher must be accompanied by the appropriate supporting documents such as
purchase order.
Such as, what does that mean?
Yeah, such as purchase order.
Such as means it's not exhaustive. So where you have contracts awarded, you want to see the contract. It's common sense.
Yeah, well,
Is it not?
I mean,
Go ahead.
going forward, we'll try to attach all the contract.
No, you are trying to.
But it's not stated here specifically.
What is the status here?
That the contract wears the sign, his signed contract.
Would you request a contract to see the contract before you authorize payment to a contractor?
Yes.
Should you?
Counsel, I should, if I were there before this person was contracted, I would have kept the copy of it, but I was not there.
How would you know if you are not making double payments?
No, of course, if I'm making when a payment is submitted to me, and then they submit another payment, the same amount, the same job service, of course I will
Maybe it
figure
was
it
paid
out.
before you arrived.
Maybe before I arrived, but during my time, I try to make sure there is no double payment.
Let me show you this one for 2020. You were in April, right? 2020, you were there?
Yes, yes.
What is that payment for?
Yeah, this is the landfill, 235,500 to AMC, sir.
Paid to?
It was dated 23rd of April, 2020.
What supporting documents do you have attached to it?
I got the payment voucher,
Yes.
and I got the LPO.
We need you to tell us the supporting documents one at a time.
I got the LPO, the procurement requisition, GPPA form,
Yes.
the invoice.
Yes.
Yes, all these are invoices. And the request
Yes.
from services.
Right.
Yes.
So, Doctor, what was paid before? What is the outstanding balance? Do you know? Going by that voucher?
These things, you have to, when it's paid, usually there is a record of it. If it is a part payment, there is a record of it, how much is remaining. Before we make another payment, we have to make sure that one is checked properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was the service rendered?
The service must be rendered before payment is
The
effected.
voucher did it indicate whether the service was actually rendered?
Whether the service was, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the service must have been rendered.
When a contractor is given a contract and they really successfully finish the contract,
Yes.
is there any process that follows? How would council?
If the request is made by services or planning, they have to verify that the service has been done.
And once they verify, do they issue any document?
They always, huh?
Yes.
Whether they bring a document, it should be,
Yes.
should be certified.
Job completion certified.
Yeah, should
Is
be
there a
certified.
certificate to show you that the service was rendered?
Well, let's see.
Any?
Yes, this,
Is there a job completion certificate?
I couldn't find that here, but CEO,
Is there a job completion certificate? You told us there will be a certificate to that effect. Is there any?
yes, there's a confirmation here. Yeah, it's here. It's
From
here.
CEO.
This is from the service, the Deputy Director of Services.
Let me see. Yes, doctor, you're right. There is a confirmation of completion of job done. So please verify the other ones. Yes.
This one I only saw the request, but I didn't see the confirmation.
There are no confirmations for those ones.
Yeah.
No?
This one.
Okay, just examine this bundle, and then we'll have the vouchers admitted. Confirm whether they are confirmation of job completion.
Yeah. It's not here either. Yeah, this one they don't have the like the one that he confirmed.
They don't have?
No, they only have the request. Yeah.
But no confirmation certificate?
No, I didn't see that. No. Basically, this one doesn't have it too.
Yes. Have you seen any confirmation for the rest?
Not this one. Only request I've seen plus the approval of the CEO.
Okay. So the last question for those set of vouchers, Doctor, would be: do you need a confirmation of job completion or not?
Actually, the services, if they issue a request, it should be confirmed before payment is effected. Yes.
So where you have authorized payment, you and CEO,
yes,
before seeing the job completion confirmation, would that be appropriate?
Yes, I think they should have submitted a letter or something to certify that the exam has been
So where there's no certification and payment is authorized, would that be appropriate?
This one has it. Some of them have it, but
Yeah,
some
one
don't
or two. One or two. There is one or two that confirms that there is the requirement for
yes, most
certification.
definitely. Yes.
Now, for the most part, there are no confirmation, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, you're right.
So for the ones that there are no confirmation, for the most part, would that be proper or would that be an irregularity?
It's not proper. It could be it's just probably it's an oversight.
It's an oversight. You call it oversight.
Yeah.
All right, Doctor. We will apply to have those sort of vouchers admitted. Or Chair, do we wait until we come back?
Okay. Some are confirmed.
Convenient point to stop. We can come back after the break.
I can go now.
We will rise.